Hey people, my name is Natalie Lee and I'm the owner of Design Build Style here in Georgia. And if you have chosen your countertop during your renovation process, but you don't quite know what countertop edge to choose, then this video will help you out. Hopefully by the end of this video, you'll have seen different samples, you will know what I think is coming up in the marketplace trend, and you'll be more confident and ready to make your choice. Okay, so I'm here at Lowe's and they actually have one of these really cool little turntables where you can see the different edge styles and sort of pick out what you like. So we're gonna kind of go through each one. I'll try and see if they have a sample here on one of the countertops to show you, and we'll discuss some of the pros and cons. Okay, so here at Lowe's, they've got the really cool little countertop edge sample, so we'll just kind of go through each one and I'll discuss it with you. The bevel edge here, as you see, it's got a flat edge. Now this is pretty thick. Some are going to be a little thinner in this bevel. That's something you would discuss with your fabricator and installer to see what you would like there. But it has that sharper edge there. Adds a little bit of a reflection, but it's still got a flat part here and then just a little bit of an eased edge at the bottom. Adds a little bit of detail, but not too much. The bull nose is completely rounded, so you will have the round feature that goes all the way underneath. You can see it curves underneath, whereas the bevel will have a flat edge. And then the half bull nose is exactly what you would expect. It's just done halfway. So you will have the half curve, but then it straightens out, whereas this one curves all the way underneath. This one does not. The most common one that we see, over 90% of our jobs, are the eased edge. It gives it a little bit of a modern look, but not too sharp. So right here, it's just got a bit of an ease right there, and then it will have a flat front and also carry the same line on the bottom. The double radius is another one that we see a lot, especially if you don't like the look. If this looks a little too sharp for you, the double radius will be a curve on the top and also curved on the bottom. You can't really tell, but the curve does carry all the way through. And next up, this is my prediction. I think you're gonna see this edge make a comeback. This is the ogee edge, and you saw it a lot in the 80s and 90s where it was really decorative. It had this little lip to it. I think it's gonna make a comeback as we step away into, away from some of the super hard modern stuff into more of a traditional vibe. I have a feeling this is going to make a comeback. So I'm interested to see in, the next 6 months to a year to see if you will see more of this ogee edge. Okay, so now that I've shown you that sort of sample spinny lazy Susan, I'm going to go throughout Lowe's here and show you the different countertop edges that they've actually installed. They've got a few different examples, and I definitely think it'll help give you that visual. So first up is this ogee edge. If you look here, it has a little bit more of a decorative finish. Again, we haven't seen much of this. It was pretty big in the 90s, but I think it's going to be making a resurgence, especially for islands and different spaces where you just want it to have a little bit more character. So let's see if I'm right. And right here we have the double radius, which again means that it's got the curve on the top and the curve on the bottom. It's got some smooth rounded edges. So the difference here is you do like the fact that if you were to bump into these corners, it won't be painful on your hip. We try and tell clients that want a super sharp modern edge that you may not like it if you bump into it in the middle of the night, but this is the double radius. And right here we have the bevel edge. If you see the difference here, it still has a rounded corner, but the bevel that's reflecting the light, you will have a bit of a flat surface right here, and then a little bit of an eased edge at the bottom. So bevel adds just a little bit of detail, a little bit of reflection, but still keeps it pretty smooth. And then we are back to the eased edge. Again, this is the one that we do in just over 90% of the jobs that we do. So it has just a little bit of a rounded edge here, and the same carries through on the bottom. Okay, so hopefully that was helpful for you guys, but there is something I definitely want you to take note of, is more intricate edges like the ogee edge will cost more, most likely, because obviously if you look at it, there's more of a shape to it. It's gonna take more labor involved. Here at Lowe's, I was actually told that most edges are 1 cent per inch, and the ogee edge goes up to $3 per inch. So that can add up super quickly. So as I was saying, I think that's going to make a bit of a resurgence as we get more back into some traditional spaces and doing some cool details. But it may be something that you may not do the outer cabinet edges in it, but maybe just your island, add the ogee edge just for a little bit of flair. So Like I said, you got to be careful. Some of those different edges can cost more, especially the more intricate ones. But the eased edge is something typical that we do all the time, which is most of what you guys will be doing in your properties. But it's always good to look and consider different options that are out there. And like I said, let's see if I'm right. 6 to 8 months, 6 to 12 months, see if the ogee edge has made a comeback. So that's it. Hopefully you found that a little bit helpful and informative. And let me know if there's other videos that you guys want as you're doing your home renovations, how I can help you out, give you some information without having to leave the house, teach you, encourage you, make you feel like you know what you're talking about when you're making these decisions for your renovations. So again, I hope you like and subscribe. Please come back and I'll see you soon. And oh my gosh, when I hit record and I saw this lady in the viewfinder, I thought it was a real person.